Hi and welcome. So it's time to do another art challenge. I've been gone for, oh my God, 7 months, a little more maybe. And Dana Tollefson has again announced a art challenge, and I just want to do it, and I want to get back into doing some videos. So why not? Today I got some black watercolor paper and a ring light. Sorry about that. And I got a whole bunch of homemade collage papers. I have done a video, I believe, in the past about collage papers and how I have made them. I don't think I made a video where I made collage papers. I think I just talked about it. But I had way too much fun playing with paper and ink and salt and watercolors and gouache and you name it, scratching into stuff. Most of it is made on printer paper, but I got a bundle somewhere that is made on cartridge paper as well. Yeah, so I'll just use some of it. Some turns out okay, and I got some prints of some of them somewhere. Now that's the original, but I'm scanned and printed this one because that was very elaborate to do. Here's another. That's a print of something. That's a print of a drawing. So it's a bit of a mixed batch. And the fun thing about making collage papers is that you can just do whatever you want, and if it's not coming out as you wanted, you just cut it up anyways and use it for something. And if it's really good, you can scan it and print it and use it over and over again. Like this maybe wasn't something I would say turned out, but I can use the rest for something. Um, if you have paints you don't love and some inexpensive paper, I encourage you to try making collage papers and make something out of it. It's super fun. So yeah, I could go through all of these, and I probably will have to because I don't remember what is there. But I won't run dry because here's like another one with other things. One of the things I had way too much fun using is this one. It's a little sponge on a stick, and just dip, and you might have noticed that the that's represented heavily throughout. And there's some doodles and things. Art on paper you don't really like can also be used in collage papers. So, garden art. Let's grab. And I know maybe. Oh, what happened there? Okay, sidetracked. Maybe black isn't the most garden-like thing to start with, but it just kind of enhances any color or contrast. So this is Etival paper from Clairefontaine. It has a hot press or a cold press side and a rough side, but I'll use the smooth side as I think that will connect with the glue best. So I got a glue stick here that I got. It's a Norris glue stick from Stadler. I got this in a bundle because I did a online art workshop in November, I think, or September. Is it a year ago? Nearly a year ago, where I bought a set box that came and it had all the stuff that we needed for that workshop. And part of that workshop was actually making collages. I got scissors of all kinds. I even have a couple of effect scissors. This is Ripples. I don't know where the other one went, but it's here somewhere. So glue, scissors, and paper. and a paper to stick the whole thing on, I think we're good to go. I also got some PVA glue in here if I need it. The thing about PVA glue is that it makes paper buggle a little bit, so uh, I don't like using too much of it. So let's just start. I need some greens, so there's a nice piece of green there. Probably need something brownish too. I think we can use that one for that. There's some more green. And let's grab some pinks as well, because what is a garden without flowers? There's something here as well. So we have a clothes drying rag, and I filled it for days on end with with painted paper. My husband thought that was pretty fun. That was before the energy prices went haywire in Denmark, and we actually started drying our clothes on there. So a couple of brown ones. Yeah, let's try with this first. There's plenty more to take. So, what should we do? I don't like that the glue is still from the paper on there. Especially since it's white, because it really catches my eye and I want to look at that and not at the paper. I wanted to figure out how I want to turn my paper, and because this is on the camera, I actually want to cut it, and I don't want to do that on camera, so just a second. There, I got I don't know what to call it, a thing to cut paper with behind me. So an A5, because I want to do it the high format, but an A4 fits very poorly under my camera. So I haven't done any sketches. I don't even have a reference photo or anything. So let's just kind of go with the flow. Actually, I'll just change my mind. Let us use this one because it's terracotta. I'm thinking that I can make some terracotta colored pots. And by folding it over, I don't have to think about cutting four one at a time. I can do four at one time. And they're gonna be a little bit asymmetrical because this is free-handing it. But that's okay. So this one, because I folded it like it is, then one is mirrored of the other. We got two that are mirrored, so I've taken two here. maybe we can use a piece of this. To make a tabletop of, like that. It goes over the edge a little bit. I'm gonna trim everything up at the end. So if we do something like this, then they sit there side by side. And now these are exactly the same color, and there's not a lot of contrast, but I'm gonna work with that because I like this corner of the paper, so I'm gonna go with that. And I am thinking, what if we do something like this and kind of make it like it spills over the edges, something that is like a hanging kind of plant. Like this. I'm not gonna glue anything together quite yet. I want to make sure that things are the way I want them to be. Because of course once you glue it down it's kind of committed to be like that. Don't like that tip there. We're gonna cut it off. Just loosely let it sit there until I get to where I want it to be. So I am so curious to see what everybody else did in this challenge. It's always very interesting with art challenges where everybody kind of get the same task, so to speak, and everybody comes up with something different. Yeah, needs something else. Different kind of green. Want a stem or two or three. to get the idea here that that's going behind there to separate the pots, and we have more spilling over like that ish, and everything lined up better. And that looks way too pale on camera because of my lights. um, it is a light lime green, and need some leaves. They're not planned, and I guess that can be used for that. There will be some bluish leaves there too. And I think I'll do, oh, I could use the backside. The backside is actually maybe better. I'll just, how to make many copies of the same thing in one go. Want some smaller ones too. So put these around the top. Oh, there's some that is stuck together. That's actually not bad. Because I painted it on both sides, they get slightly different colors to choose from. Yeah, just sprinkle some leaves there. Some of these are stuck together as well because I cut right at the fold. I'm not gonna arrange them quite yet. I think I'm gonna make some cuts and stuff for the gluing part, because that's gonna be probably you might learn to swear in Danish. um, so that's kind of that one. I think I need a little more leaves for that, so let's grab another piece here and do it over again. Slightly different manner, folding it slightly different way. And here I'm actually cutting it to the edge because I like those that was stuck together in pairs, so should have them here as well, like that. that was kind of one pot with that. So without assembling this is gonna look amazing, I think. Once I start assembling it, I will maybe cut some more leaves, but I think perhaps we're good for now. So what are we gonna put in that one? I got this paper here. I think these light greens in here might be good for something. Wouldn't it? Yeah, I think so. So you might think that this is not so much a garden theme, but to me this is totally garden. We got our gardens sectioned up in two parts. We have like the front part that in front of our house that's like a regular garden thing, and then we have a section up along the house that is fenced in and paved, and that because it's paved there we can't plant flowers in the same way there. We need a different green there for this. So that's a potted garden. So pots and plants is totally garden to me. Now, maybe there's some darker sections on part of this. We can use. Nah, not enough contrast. It looks okay now that it's not glued down, but once you push it down, there's not gonna, it's gonna be too much of the same. So there's remedies for that. Because I got paint. Just a second. We'll just add some more watercolor. This is my Schminke palette. We got a nice Academy sap green here, so let's just add some extra color. We'll still get the texture of the previous stuff underneath. So this thing about making your own collage stuff is a great way to make collages without infringing on anybody's copyrights. I'm always nervous about using magazines and whatnot for collages that I'm gonna show in public. because somebody might take offense somewhere. And it's literally speaking, also not my license and my copyright to use. So I prefer to use stuff that I make myself. Most of us artists are perfectly capable of doing that. Excuse me. So I'll let this dry and then we'll see if that's not giving us a little more contrast. Okay, so they're dry. I've been moving them around a little bit so they would dry on the back side too about the same time. And making sure they dried flat. So we can bring back all the loose pieces here. Way better, way better, way better. We like a little more contrast. And this spilling over, separating those parts. Oh, it looks like a hot mess. So let's move those out of the way. And I brought out the pink sheet, but I think that's too pink, so I'll take that peach one as well. Yeah, I think that's too much though. But this one here, we can probably make some little flowers off. These are connected at the bottom still, so it gives me a little control because I'm gonna try and cut some petals into this. So I mentioned that the art workshop I'd had signed up for last fall, and it was a quite good experience, quite inspiring. But it was online on Zoom, and I didn't interact very much with anybody. Um, so then I saw an upcoming, there's a paper festival thing that goes on in a city north of here next month. It looks like it's actually gonna go on for all months, but there was a printing, a mono printing workshop there, and I used to love doing lino cuttings in school, and also did some oh gosh, what is it? So another type of print. I don't know what it's called in English. You scrape into a metal plate and rub your ink into that. And so this is some kind of printing. It's a type of printing I haven't tried before. I had no idea about it, what it is. So I'm looking forward to trying that and see how that goes. And it's an in-person thing. I have to actually take my car and leave my home. I don't know what that's all about. It's my husband and I enjoyed not Corona as such, but we enjoyed the time home. We were very much home buddies. I don't know what happened. We start to have a social life again. It's been so weird. The last 6 or 8 weekends we have had something. There's an even number that's not good. Which one to take out? It's gotta be one of these two. Or this one. I think it's no, that one was separating things. So maybe that one. And I move this one in a bit like that. It looks weird, so maybe we do need the sixth. But we can hide it a little bit. I think this is good enough. So I have to put things together now. And that is gonna be a little bit of a challenge. I'll find some music because I have to think and I can't think and talk at the same time. So here we go. Okay, so I've cleaned up a bit. And don't throw all that extra stuff away, all the cuttings that they can be used for something else well. I played a little bit with my lights and the settings so you can maybe see the greens a little better now. I'm not gonna after glue it too much, there's a little bit maybe, but not that I need to do on camera and bore you with. Um, the little fine nozzle, the glue dispenser is good for that. And I'm debating with myself whether or not to take the parts that sticks out there, trim that or not. I'm actually thinking if it's mounted on a white background, that might actually work out quite okay with the green sticking out like that and the little stuff here. So that's my project, my garden art project. And thank you, Dana, again for these fun challenges. I like a challenge now and then, and not one of those where I do something the same and the same for a whole month or so. This is definitely doable. And it was a reason to come back to YouTube and do another video. I'll make a more explanatory video about why and what and stuff. So thank you and bye bye.